friends, I'm Laura, and welcome to my podcast, Her Journey Towards Change. This is a faith-based life coaching podcast for women who, like me, are on a journey to live the best life possible. And then something happens, something unforeseen, and everything changes. Life feels foreign and you feel stuck. And it's difficult to move forward, and reaching out can be hard, right? Believe me, I know. If this is you, this podcast is for you. I don't claim to have all the answers, but I know who does. God wants more for us, for you and for me. You were created to live your best life. So I hope you will go on this journey with me to a more positive perspective and take those hard steps together through her journey towards change. Together, let's break through the barriers which are holding us back from achieving what God has called us to be. So let's go, and I hope you will go on this journey with me. Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to the podcast. I am Laura, your host, and you are listening to Her Journey Towards Change. And today's Friday. And I hope that you have had a great week. I know it's been a good week for me. God's blessed me in many ways. And I hope that you are able to say the same thing. You know, I took a walk. I've been taking a walk lately, walking my dog. It's nice being able to get out and get outside when it's not really hot and humid. And the season is my favorite season, and I've been watching the leaves change, and it's one of my favorite things to do this time of the year. Today's episode is number 83, and I'm calling it, Are You Trusting God in Your Journey? Because that is a question that keeps coming back to me over and over and over again. Am I trusting God in my journey? So I'm going to ask you the same thing. Are you trusting God in your journey? You know, it's hard to believe we are only about 72 days. There's only I think 72 days left in this year of 2022. And maybe for you, that's a good thing. Maybe you're ready for a new year with a fresh perspective. You know, the past couple of years have been challenging to say the least. And now that we are in a season of change when everything around us will soon look a little blah and somewhat lifeless, maybe you're having a difficult time trusting what the new year might bring. You know, the bright, vivid colors that we've recently been seeing will soon fade and quickly fall, and I'm seeing that. And just like the weather, life also has its many seasons of change. And I think I've been for a long, long time a firm believer that it's in the way that we act and react in those hard seasons that can define who we are. And I'm also a firm believer that in the way we respond to struggle is also the answer to a life of growth or a life of not growing or decline. You know, we can all relate, especially over the past couple of years, to the struggles that we have been faced with. Maybe you're ready to say goodbye to the hard times for a little while. And maybe you're ready to let go of that heavy load that you've been carrying around for so long. You know, if we're honest with ourselves, many times the struggles we face, they can be brought on by our own actions, the things we do, and our own weaknesses. But there are other times when our struggles are caused by someone else's actions, something that someone else does. And in those difficult times, when it's beyond our control, no matter how we try, we just can't change it, can we? And when this happens, the majority of the time, we try to fix it, right? I know I usually am trying to fix it. Why do we do that? Why do we do that? Why do we set ourselves up for major frustration and disappointment? Well, I think we do this because we focus on the wrong thing. I think we focus more on what we can't control rather than on what we can control. Whatever that thing is that you can't control, it is taking up all of your time and it is taking up all of your energy. And it's actually controlling you. So don't do this. Let it go. Focus on what you can do and not on what you can't. I think if we try to remind ourselves that seasons are temporary, I think we could experience more joy. I was reading my Bible this morning, and I have this way of, it might be just random the way I do it, but I like flipping through and letting it stop on a certain page, and I'll read, and then whatever I'm reading, I'll skim down and then something pops out at me. And I did this morning, and 2 Corinthians 4:18 is what popped out to me. And it says so much to me about this that I'm talking about. This is what it says. So fix your eyes not on what is seen, but what is unseen. Since what is seen is temporary, but what is unseen is eternal. And I've seen this verse before, and I've never really put a whole lot of thought into it, but I did today. And I think that I think if we could try to remind ourselves that seasons are temporary, I think we could experience more joy. I really do. So what is the eternal part of this verse that it's talking about? I think it's talking about heaven, and I think it's talking about peace and joy and all that is pure and good. Like, things here on earth are temporary. And when things, maybe it's just me, but it seems like when things are going well, we are doing well. But when things go bad, then we start getting anxious and we start getting depressed and we start worrying, and then we try to fix it. And I think this creates just a vicious roller coaster cycle. But, the good part is we have a choice. We can decide what to keep, and we can decide what to let go of. I think maybe if we could remind ourselves that seasons are temporary and that they come and go with a purpose, and even the hard seasons of our journey are valuable. I'm going to say that again. Even the hard seasons of our journey are valuable. I'm not sure where you are in life, but if your journey is hard right now, know that you're not alone. If I could say anything to you right now, it would be patient and just trust God in your journey. Isaiah 43 verse 2 says, when you go through deep waters, I will be with you. When you go through rivers of difficulty, you will not drown. When you walk through the fire of oppression, you will not be burned up. The flames will not consume you. And that just is so bold and so strong to read that. I want to read a few more of my favorite encouraging verses that I was reading this morning. Jeremiah 17:7 says, "Blessed is the one who trusts in the Lord, whose confidence is in him." It says, whose confidence is in him, not in ourselves, not in somebody else, not our parents, not our spouse, not our family, not a friend, not a boss, not a coworker, not our government. Our confidence is in him. Joshua 1:9 says, "Have I not commanded you? Be strong and courageous. Do not be frightened and do not be dismayed, for the Lord your God is with you wherever you go. And that's so reassuring to me, because I know there's been so many times where I've been in unfamiliar places in seasons of my life, and it's great to know that God is with me even in those moments when I feel like I'm alone. Psalm 33:4 says, "For the word of the Lord is right and true. He is faithful in all things." And I want to leave you with this one on your heart as you go into the weekend. It's from Proverbs 3, verse 5 and 6. "Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to him, and he will make your paths straight." Let me read that one more time, and I'll emphasize some of the words. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to him, and he will make your paths straight. So I just wanted to leave those verses with you and hope that they're encouraging for you. And you know what? I'm not saying it's easy. It's not. What I am saying is that it doesn't have to be as hard. The seasons will come and the seasons will go. And when they do, just be patient and trust God in the journey. That's all I'm saying. Well, that's all I have to say for today. And I want to thank you, all of you, who have been so faithful in listening to this podcast. You have no idea how much your support means to me. And, if you know someone who might benefit from an episode or two, please share it with someone. This show can be found in all the places where podcasts like to hang out. So thanks again. And please come back next week for a new episode on Her Journey Towards Change. Thanks so much. Bye.